Hello, it's Nancy welcoming you to Garden Scroll. These are some of the peonies, and I'm a little concerned about the peonies because I believe they maybe got some fungicide last year. Now this one I don't think it did, and they're not coming up yet, but you know, we just had below freezing temperatures, so that's a good thing. But with the temperatures in the 60s like we're having today, it won't be long till they're back or till they're up again and having little pink or maroon colored little nubbins coming up out of the ground that will turn green and put on so much beautiful foliage for us to look at until the beautiful huge blooms come on that I love. I just found several of my little garden art pieces that were, I don't really think they were broken, they were just broken off from where they were hanging, so I'll have to put some way to hang them back up and get them back in the garden too. Practically all, if not all, of the snow and ice is gone. The ground is soft from the melting snow, and it's a good time to work in the garden. That way, if you need to pull something up, it'll pull right up since the ground is soft. But on the other hand, I like for the dead sticks to be, I like for those to be dry enough that I can just break them off and not have to clip each one. Look at all this green, and I don't know what this is. I've forgotten what it is. It may be the foxtail lilies, but I'm not sure. They may be the magic lilies, because they put their foliage up in the spring and then it goes totally away and they just come up a bare stalk. That's why they're also called naked ladies. Here's some ice still in this little fountain water container. But even it won't be there very long if our temperatures keep being nice. And I think they're supposed to, I really haven't watched any news recently, other than to know that the 60s were coming back, and they are here today. This was a beautiful pink strawberry fields plant, and I messed up because I did not save seeds from them. I thought, well, they'll be there. There's so many. But the birds decided that they weren't going to leave all that there. And May can get a few right here. We'll see if there's seeds. Excuse me. We'll see if there's seeds there, or if that's just some chaff. That sneeze tells another tale on me, because I cannot come outside without having to start blowing my nose every 2 minutes, or maybe not that. Sometimes every 2 minutes, sometimes 10, but not very long. And so it just happens. I know I'm allergic to doing this, and yet I can't help myself. You know, if God wants you to do something, you're so compelled to do it that you really just have no choice. Look at this little pot. Of course, this is this dry stuff here is swirling butterflies, Argara, and this one that's already got some green in it will be it will be beautiful yellow buds just filled with it. It'll look more like it's totally yellow than any green, and it's the hardy compacta alyssum, and it will be beautiful. And here's another item I need to pick up and reposition it where it actually belongs in the garden. Every spring I wish I could hire an army to help me clean it up, because oh, how I would love to have it all cleaned out when the spring bulbs start looking beautiful, but that probably won't happen. Hey, I did find some snow. This is at the end of our sidewalk to the front door, actually. So we do have a little bit of snow, but like I said earlier, it won't last with our temperatures staying as nice as they are right now. And I hope this old dead stuff won't last either, because I hope I get myself out here and get busy, even though it'll take a long time. As a matter of fact, that's one other thing I want to do. while I was kind of doing my setback and get a different view of what I need to do, I made a decision to go ahead and purchase a tripod. So I'm going to plan to put my tripod up and put my camera on it and get some pictures of me cleaning out the garden, and then I will fast forward them so you don't have to watch through all of that. And I also want, if I can get it together enough, want to get me a little booklet to keep a record of just how long it does take me to clean out the garden. I also, while I'm talking about it, I will also want to see how long I can keep my fingernails. It won't be long. What we will see is if it's the first week or the first day, and they'll be gone. So that's the way it is. But you know, I've enjoyed them this winter very much, and I'm going to try to keep them, but you know, that is probably not going to happen. It will actually take days just to get all the broken stuff put back up and all of the plastic taken off, but it definitely does help to preserve the garden art and even the little plants. I started to say that it won't be long until I bring you out here and show you the nubbins of the little hostas coming up, but even as I thought that, I looked a little farther over. Oh, okay, it's not coming up yet. I mistook this just the bottom part of it there for a hosta nubbing last year, but no, they're not coming up yet. But truly, it won't be long before they will. And this whole area, all the back pots, practically, maybe not all of them, and actually I'm going to order about 3 more, so I may have all of them, the back pots filled with hostas. I do like to keep the front pots, some of them, for other things. Look at this. There's let me get over here, but you can see that there's a sedum coming up here. So that little bit of below freezing temperatures didn't destroy things, and that's a good thing. Last year when I took my plastic bags off of my cactus, they were just almost like they were when I put them on. They just looked great, but this year is going to be a different story. These are soggy. That freezing cold probably got them, but maybe they'll still come back from the root. We'll see. And this one also, the plastic blew off of it during that time. As this one, it did stay on, but I don't know, they do feel a little thicker, not so squishy, but we'll have to wait and see how this one will do also. Actually, a part of me is anxious to get out here now, thank the Lord. But then another part of me just wishes it didn't hurt so much to get up and down. And when you have arthritis, it just hurts very much, but it's also good for it, so Lord willing, I'm going after it. Basically, I just looked around and realized what I need to do, but I did glue this little birdhouse back up on its pole. Poor little peach tree, its limb broke, and so it's leaning way down, and my little chandelier over my table is practically on my table, so I'll still have to do something with that. But one of the things I did do is I glued this little table back together and glued its little top on it, so it'll be on the other side where this one is, and then the seating area, and then someone over here will have a place to put their iced tea. Then this little decor had been knocked down or blown down by the wind, and so I put it up and put the little stakes in it, which I just had these little stakes in there, these little ones, which these are the long ones, but it had gotten blown down, so I put these on the other side. So there's 4 in there now, and hopefully that will hold it even through the winds that we have, is the hope. This little decor had blown totally off the tree. It had, well, actually, I think it had, just because it had twisted it around until my fishing line is what I use on this, because I found it's the strongest. It's going to last the longest of anything I found. So it had gotten brittle though, and it broke off and she fell down. So I put her back up, and also I put these little owls. Let me go around so you can actually see the front side of them, because they had fallen off quite a while ago, but now they're back on the tree limb. I'm seeing right now another item that needs to be fixed. This one has, the glue has become brittle and fallen off, so I will need to take this down and re-glue it and put it back up. Gosh, I thought I did more than that, but mostly I just did some assessing. And when I got in last night, I felt good. It was a beautiful day and I felt good, but I sat down at my computer for just a little while and I said, I am tired. I did not realize that just coming out and doing that little bit would make me so tired, but it did. So, and that's one reason I do get so tired when I come out here, and why it's so hard for me is because of my arthritis, because it's a little extra hard to do it. It takes a little more time, and I don't bounce back like some people do. So that's why this chore right here, cleaning all this stuff out, is so hard on me. But I'm going to try to get started today. Purchased a tripod. My friend Mary will be proud of me for doing that. And I'm going to try to set that up here in a little bit, and I'm hoping to get it set up to where I can show you this whole area. And I'm not sure if I can, because I just realized that I have to use this little thing that brings it up close and then takes it back. I have to use that to do this. I really don't know that this is going to work, but I will still give that a try and see what I can get done with it and show you. But first I wanted to show you what I actually plan on doing. This part right here is, well, this is a pot. This is widow's tears in the pot, and then of course this here right beside it is a ground cover, and it is called Lamium. I think this is a yellow one. I have a few iris here too, and probably a few weeds too, but and probably some grass. But mostly I do want to clean the whole thing up as I go, but my main goal is to get this kind of stuff out of it, all the old dead stuff, and so we can start seeing the beautiful green. There's some green down there. So we want to start seeing that. And also I purchased a bluebird house, and I'm going to have my husband's going to put it up for me, and somewhere probably right in this area. And I'm going to try to get all this all straightened up and cleaned up. One of my little birds came off. I'll put that one back up here. You can tell where it came off of. And so this is the area that I'm going to start with. There'll be a whole lot to do, but I'm going to see if I can get this done today. I hope to get this done today, and that may be just wishful thinking, but we're going to try that. And then also I actually am going to go ahead and see, I'm going to try to get just a notebook and put down what time I start and what time I finish, how long it takes to do it, and then also, and how many tries. It'll be days, weeks before I get it done. But also I'm going to go ahead and see how many days I can keep my fingernails before they break, or if I can keep them even more than one day. Look at this lamb's ear. It looks horrible right now, but you know, before we had that last freeze, it was greened up and looking great. So this is the little bluebird house that I purchased, and I'm not going to put that up today, but my husband will put that up for me a little bit later, and I'll show you once we get it up on its pole. But also I wanted to say that, you know, it takes a long time just to get ready, because for me, I definitely want to put my garden clothes on, and before that, now that my skin has gotten to where it will not tan evenly, it only tans in a mottled look that I hate. And so I'm going to try to remember to put sunscreen on each time I come out, and I know that's probably a joke because I'll probably not do that. I always end up getting somewhat burned, but I do try to keep sunscreen enough on not to get burned to the point that it's painful. And I used to tan pretty readily and easily, so I'm going to miss my tan, but I think I'd rather be white than mottled. But hey, if that's all there is, if I have to do that, I'll do that, because it would not keep me out of the garden. And then, of course, after I get my clothes on, my garden clothes on, I've got to definitely go ahead and get me something to, you know, here we go. I'll just show you what I'm talking about is right here in my pocket. This is my handkerchief / anything else I need it for in the garden. So, and that will be definitely something that I will use constantly. So there's just a lot to getting ready to get in the garden. I don't know what all you do to get in yours, but it just takes a lot. But I've got to get busy, and I really wasn't going to take the time to put all this on there, but I decided to this year. It'll be something different. It'll be something that give me some idea of how long it actually does take me to clean out the garden, because I know it'll take a long time, and I'll be so anxious for it to get done so I can start the funner parts of gardening and the more beautiful parts of gardening. Let's face it, none of this old plastic on everything, this dead stuff is certainly not pretty, but it's part of the process, so we're going to go after it today. Okay, that took me an hour and a half. But this is the way the garden should look before spring planting. Look at these. They look so much better too, all cleaned out. Looks like it's ready for spring for sure now. I still haven't got my little birdie. I'll go get some glue and put him up there. And I'll take that because I think that's going to cause me more grassy to get out. So I'll take that out. And so I've got it done. But also I would have to say that that may be all of the tripod watching me clean out the garden. I just don't do well with it wasn't very easy to keep an unmanned camera check on it and do my cleaning. I just don't do very well with cleaning except to get like the Tasmanian devil and get it done. I did get 2 bags full of debris out of that, and actually I had about a half a bag full of debris from just going out and seeing some when I wasn't really going out to clean, but I did some. And it looks like my nails came through unscathed on the first trick, but you know, that's just the first trick. So we have a lot more to go, but it feels good. It feels so good to get a little part done and just to start, because if you get something started, you have a whole lot better chance, you know, of ever getting it finished. So we're on the right track, and I'm going to go get some glue and glue my little bird back on, and we'll be done with this little section. Please like and subscribe to the channel.